My best tips to avoid cakey or heavy looking foundation is to always apply the product to the back of your hand, palette, or a plate, something other than directly to your face. We see so much content these days where we are applying foundation directly to our face, and I can tell you 9 times out of 10, we are going to apply way more than we need. So apply it to another surface and really work the product into the brush. I'm using the BK Beauty 106 today, and I'm using the new Jane Iredale Skintuition Foundation, and I'm really working the foundation into the brush. So the brush is nice and coated. I'm going to blot it on my hand, and I'm going to start in the center of my face. The reason I start there is because for me, that's where I need the most coverage. I have the most discoloration there. The sun hits the center of the face, so we tend to have more sun damage or spots on the center of the face. So I start there because that's where I need the most coverage. The first place that you put your brush will naturally deposit the most product. We bounce around, we move the brush so that we're not concentrating all of that product in one small area. And once we have good coverage, then we go and we buff and blend out the edges. This is the best way to get a very light application, but still get the coverage that you need in the areas that you need it. The entire face does not all need the same amount of foundation. Also, only use what you need. I know some of us don't like to waste product, but if you find yourself adding more product just because you don't want to wipe it away and waste it, it's not doing you any favors, I promise. Just use what you need. I always like to work in little bitty layers. I like to say I wear a lot of makeup, but I also wear very little layers of all of that makeup. So even though I'm using a lot of products, it doesn't look or feel like I have a lot of products layered on the skin. And the last tip I have is to use an SPF that has a little bit of a tint or a little bit of a coverage. What it does is it allows you to use less foundation. You're going to apply an SPF anyway. You're going to apply that layer of product. So why not get a little coverage out of it so you can use less foundation?